Hello everyone. How are we doing today? So yes. I was about to head out, have a wonderful time, play some games, and info reaching me is that the much awaited objection by Olanipekun San is out, as well as the 40-page written address. So we have a 10-page document with the objections, the reasons for their objections, and a 40-page document for the written address stating why the petitioner's case should be dismissed. Guys, it is hot. It is hot. And if you don't know, Olanipekun is the lawyer to the second and third respondents who Tinubu and Shetima respectively. If you want to understand what this 10-page objection is all about, then click on that link. It's going to be really brief because it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Right, guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining, it is still me, Obehi and the Law, and if you have been here before, it is still me, your sugar girl, still Obehi and the Law. And like I said earlier, we have the 10-page document which is talking about the objections, the reason for the objections raised by the second and third respondents who have their lead counsel or Olanipekun. But if you are just joining me, thank you so much. I welcome you. It is Obehi and the Law. And if you have been here before, thank you so much. I welcome you. It is still me, Obehi and the Law. Now, the 10-page document. Remember that every time they admitted any document in evidence or they tendered any document in evidence with respect to the petitioners, which is Peter Obi and LP, we would see objections from INEC, which is the first respondent. We'll see objections from the second and third respondents, which is Tinubu and Shetima respectively. And of course, objections from the fourth respondent in the person of the APC. So the second and third respondents, they've got their lead counsel, Olanipekun San, Wole Olanipekun San, and he was there to equally state and told us, he promised us that there's going to be a 10-page document setting out the reasons for their objection, as well as a 40-page document stating why. It's more or less like a written address. It is a written address why the petitioner's case should be dismissed. Now, I will just only focus on the 10-page document and give you a summary of what is going on. So, first of all, they stated that their objection to some of the documents that were tendered is because, firstly, the ward collation result sheets for Ebonyi, as well as the local government collation result sheets for Ekiti and Delta states, respectively, should be dismissed because it was not specifically pleaded in their evidence. Now, I'm going to be putting a tweet out there by Peter Obi, as well as the LP, when they were stating that we will be relying, in this case, we will be relying on evidence or on documents, INEX on all, emphasis on all, which is already, I'm going to be repeating myself, an all-encompassing statement, saying that they're going to be relying on all the documents that were used by INEC with regards to the election. They had stated it. So I'm wondering why Olanipekun would say that it was not specifically pleaded. Remember, too, that INEC was yet to release most of the documents. In fact, sometimes when they are tendering and the judges will say, oh, why are you bringing this document? You did not, most times they were amending the document schedule or the schedule of documents, because INEC would serve them some of the documents a day to a trial. For example, even if they were going to meet tomorrow, INEC would serve them the document like yesterday night. So they would not even know what is inside. So they will now start amending the schedule because it was based on the documents that INEC gave them. So I'm wondering why they are saying you did not specifically plead. And if they had stated that they'll be relying on all of, I think that is enough reason. You understand? I think the relevance, and if these documents are going to be used to prove the relevance. Remember, I talked about relevance and admissibility. And I said something earlier. I said a document may be admitted in evidence, but it may not be relevant to the facts in issue. And this is the point where the judges would deliberate on that, because they said something that the onus should rest or should rely on the relevance of such documents, because it is a core a factor. I totally agree. But it is not in the place of Olanipekun San to determine whether a document is relevant. The important thing is, if election was conducted in 36 states and the FCT, then I don't see any reason why you cannot bring a particular state which election equally took place there to say, okay, this particular state, I'm bringing this document to show ABC, because we are saying that overall the election was not conducted the way it should have been, or INEC did not do the needful. So the second one, they said, I think it was more or less like they were specific about the IREV documents that was submitted for Adamawa State. And they said there was no certificate of authentication, which is supposed to be in congruence with Section 84, Sub 2 of the Evidence Act. Now, if you know that there's supposed to be a certificate of authentication aside the CTCs, CTC means certified true copy, why did you not make it available? So you waited and then you chose to, because at the end of the day, LP, they were literally relying on the documents produced by INEC. And if you remember, some time ago, I reported and I said that they told us specifically that INEC is hoarding these documents. They don't want to release them. And even if they do release them, they are equally stating that, you call them to come in via subpoena and they are not coming. For example, Yakub Mahmood never, ever, ever, ever made it to that stage. Yes, Yakub Mahmood never. Which is painful and is sad. He didn't come and he kept sending people to come in via subpoena. So if the authentication document was not gotten, whose duty is it to produce that authentication document? Is it not INEC, apart from the CTC? But they have to present something anyway. And these are documents that were gotten from INEC themselves. So if INEC knew, according to the law, that, even if we give you these documents, we are supposed to authenticate or issue a certificate of authentication following, and they did not do that, whose fault is it? I don't know if you understand. And remember that they had problems too with NIDA. They had problems with them because there were some documents or certificates that NIDA was supposed to have and they were not given to them. So at the end of the day, what are we doing? Nigeria, I mean, it's really, really, really funny how people, you wake up and then lastly, they said that all the documents, remember that we're admitting so many documents in evidence. We were carrying offering boxes. I'm talking about LP now. They were bringing so many documents. Now they brought documents, EC8As, EC8Bs, EC8Cs for states. They listed out the states, and they are stating in their objection that particular EC8A, B, C, it should be disregarded because none of them were specifically pleaded. So I'm not saying that, are we supposed to be working based on technicalities or based on justice and policies and precedents? Is the court supposed to uphold decisions based on technicalities, or the court is supposed to uphold decisions based on relevance, based on justice? And I'm sure even this, because I'm earnestly waiting for the reply from LP, because it's really going to be very interesting to see how they will marshal out their points. Because even in terms of technicalities, I don't think LP, they've done anything wrong, to be fair. To be honest, I'm not taking sides. I am partisan, yes, but looking at it really, I just feel like Olanipekun had to submit something anyway, even though it's quite disappointing, but he had to submit something anyway, and that's why he has submitted what he did submit. Quite sad, but guys, like, I've been pondering around in my house. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is going on, guys? And I don't want to go into the written address just yet because I want to pieces it out, but there was something that caught my attention where they had stated too that the judgment of the Amazon lady, the lady who works with Amazon, should be disregarded because she is a member of the Labour Party. Now, I'm now saying that when you brought your witness, Bamidele Michael, he is equally a member of APC who had just a night before been made, given a particular position, a political position. So, you know, the truth is, if our lawyers are going to be held in contempt of court, the punishment should not just be a slap in the wrist. It should be more than that. And I'm not joking. Well, this is just a summary. Like I said, I do not want to delve into, because the gist for the 40-page document on the written address is a big one. I'm going to come to that. But for now, guys, what do you think about the objection raised? How do you see it? Nigeria must be free. Nigeria must be free. Anyways, continue to pray for Nigeria. Continue to follow me. Please subscribe, share. A lot of people do not know what is going on. They don't understand. So people have even given up since Tinubu was made president of Nigeria. If you believe, like I said earlier, that your mandate has been stolen, then you know what to do. You know what to do. All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.